So thank you for being here with us this morning. As in Tenerife, you see the sun is now just rising. So, and here it's quite hot, quite warm, even in the morning. Unai and Agus are in Barcelona. Hello, Barcelona. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for being here this morning. I think that it's cold in Barcelona now.
Yes, a little bit.
Very cold, very cold.
Very cold.
It's nearly to rain.
Oh, okay, poor you, sorry. I cannot emphasize more than with you. Okay, so today we're going to explain. Yesterday we saw the shop with Agus in the main stage, and today we want to see what it's behind, what it's in the bakery. But we want to start from the very beginning, from the story. So let's start the story, Agus and Unai.
Okay, let's make quick the history. This is Silema or 365 is a family business. We started in 2000, and it's born in Barcelona. And we start with one bakery, like a family working in the bakery behind the display. Here it's like we start. And here is once upon a time in Barcelona, in Catalonia country. And here is Barcelona. I don't know if someone of you been there, but if you don't been here, you have to come because it's very, very, very nice. And here is some of our space. Here is our place, our factory. This is our family, our shops, our factory. Here is some of our products. We work with bakery. And this is our main product is the bread, but we make catering, pastries, cakes, and food, all in our factory. Here is some pictures of our factory in that moment. Here we have some, you can see some things about lean because in contability, we are working in all the walls with some indicators or some, everything have to be in the walls to see the information for make it public, the storage rooms and the factory as well. And here is our shops. It's the motor of everything. Here is some pictures of our shops. And here the most important, our people. This is our fundamental, no product, but mainstream is our people because we work together with them to improve our company and of course our customers. If they don't come to our shops, we are not here talking for sure. This is our objectives. How we do to open shops every year and to keep the customers when they are coming. Our way to do that is making great prices and great quality. But this we cannot make that without process. This how we do to keep these great prices and quality is keep improving the process and keeping the great processes to keep this value. The other thing is creating value for the customers. This what we make is we run experiments, PDCA experiments every day or every hour. Maybe sometimes it's too much. Too much experiments. Sometimes we are running a lot of experiments and we forgot some. And we are crazy with experiments. And this is a good thing in our shops because the customers are coming every hour and we can try everything what we want there. And of course, improving the services. This as well is improving processes. Here with the customers acceptance, great growth. Yeah, this is because we are keeping our value for our customers. This helps us to grow with no problems, and this is the most important.
And let me say something. So on the next slide, because I think that everything starts with a history, and this is important. So your family, Agus, come to Barcelona in the 70s. If you can advance one slide, and they have a coffee, and I think that this is where your family start understanding what does it mean the customer. And then in the 90s, Juan Antonio, the founder, make the first business, a bakery. It was not a bakery store in the family, but they went with a bakery, and then 2, then 3, and then they arrived to even 7. But then it was a failure. It was a bankruptcy. Okay, so to scratch again to zero. Okay, and I remember that Juan Antonio make some reflection. Say, putting all your energy is not enough. Putting all your money is not enough. Putting all your time is not enough. We need something else. We need probably a methodology. We need something else, because putting the energy, putting the time, putting the money is not enough. And in year 2000, he started from scratch, from zero, with again a new shop, and with Emmy, okay, his wife, actual wife, which let me say, actually it's a very good shop assistant. And so they moved it from one bakery to second bakery, third bakery. Meanwhile, he was reading all the possible books about different ways of management. It has to be something different. He read Volver a Empezar, a fantastic book that you can see here. And finally, in 2005, two things happened. Okay. First thing that happened in this history is that, well, you can see the factory. The factory is full of boxes, full of machines, working 24 hours, trying to serve these few shops that they had at this time. And of course, if you see close at these pictures, you will see that it's full inventory. Okay, it's full machines, and they decide to make something. Okay, so
here
of course, they need a bigger, so they need a bigger factory. Okay, and this is where they started, let's say, the pyramids. Okay, they started this big factory, because of course we need more space, we need more machines. They start the pharaonic project, and they start moving everything. So it was during the holidays, 2005 holidays. Okay, and they start moving everything. But Juan Antonio, first time in many years, they went holidays after scratching, bankruptcy, working hard many years. Finally, they went to holidays, but something happened in the airport. Agus.
Yeah, in the airport, when he was nearly to take the plane, he was looking for a management book, and he found the Lean Thinking book in the airport, and he started reading that book. He said, okay, let's see what they say, and start reading, continue reading, and during the full weekend, finish the book, stops the holidays, because he can just read that book. And when he saw that book in the Volver a Empezar, he saw some things he was interested for. But in the Lean Thinking, he saw tools he can apply, and he can think about it in his factory. And when he saw that methodology, he says, okay, why we are doing changing our factory? Because if we are changing our factory, we are going to increase our problems. If we have these problems in a small factory, in the big factory, we have double problems. And in that moment, he decides to stop the pyramids, to one big batch. He saw that big batches, reward, and in that moment he says, okay, let's stop the pyramids. In that moment, we was already changing machines, changing everything to the new factory, or to the new space. It was a hard decision. Thing. Everybody in the family was telling him he was crazy, completely crazy. Very crazy. But he decided that, and he was confident with that idea. And he said, okay, let's put back everything, and let's start understanding our process.
Okay, so really, you were moving to a new factory. So it was the moving, and he said, stop everything, because he realized that bigger factory is not the solution. It's bigger problems. Problems don't disappear just because you change location. So that was a big revelation. And then you started with lean experiments in the old factory, trying to serve with all the problems that you have there.
Okay, yeah. Let's. There we start with experiments. I remember our first experiment, and the one who convinced me. It was when we went to inside the factory, and we saw how we are working. And imagine, we are bakers, we are producing fresh products. But when we saw how we are working, we saw our bakers are working in batches of 1 week. we produce, for example, one kind of bread, baguette. We produce it. If we sell 100 every day, in that moment we are producing 1,000. Why we are producing 1,000? Because we produce once a week. We keep it in the freezer, and we just take it every night. We take the amount we need, and we take it to delivery to the shop. But Monday we produce baguette. Tuesday we produce chapata. Wednesday we produce another kind of product, and every day of the week we are producing batches of 1 week. What was the problem in that moment? Our problem to decide to change our factory was our freezer. Our freezer was completely full. I remember I was a child in that moment, and I went inside the freezer. And I remember, if you want just to go one step inside, you have to open the door and take box, another box, another box, another box, and just go inside. I remember that.
Okay, something happened, so I continue. I know a little this story. So really, they make these big batches. They make these weekly batches. So you were freezed. So I continue the story just for a while. So Agus, when you have to produce for 1 week, how much croissants do you produce? Because in a week maybe you produce 800. Are you going to produce 800?
In that moment, yes. In that moment, we produce 800.
Or maybe more, just in case.
Exactly. In that moment, we produce 800, but how many we have in the freezer? I don't know. I think I finished the last box yesterday. Maybe do completely the 800, but maybe a bit more, because sometimes it's holidays and sometimes it's a festivity around the shop, and maybe we can sell more. Maybe we can make 1,000 and be sure we have enough. Okay. Because the biggest problem is to redo the baguette. It's better to never have to do more.
But Agus, then when you say to the workers, we're not going to make one big batch, we're going to just produce what we need every day. That means that maybe today I'm going to work just 2 hours. And
exactly. Then what? What's the first problem we have? Because when we say to the people, okay, how many we have? We have 800. Okay, how many we need? We need 100. Okay, today we don't produce that. And we do that with all the products, and we say, okay, today we just have to produce a small batch of something. We say, okay, we work 2 hours, and at that moment we say, okay, go home. We don't need to work more because we have enough for tomorrow.
Go home.
Exactly.
But
the people that doesn't believe us.
Paying full payroll.
Exactly, yeah, because at that moment we say to the people, no, don't worry about the amount. We're going to pay everything, but go home, and tomorrow we start working from here.
And I remember from these times that people say, Juan Antonio is insane. So Juan Antonio es un poco loco. Juan Antonio is saying that we have a lot of work. So we are doing overtime, and now he's saying go home. For sure, he's going to come back from insanity. I remember the first days that people hide in the lockers.
Exactly. calling Emmy to say, Emmy, your
husband is crazy. Yes, I know. That's why I love him. Yes, but it's more crazy than usual. He's saying to stop work and go home. Yes, I know, but he read this book about lean thinking, and he's mad on that, and he want to do so. He's going to do these experiments. It was incredible. What was the result of these experiments?
The result was during 1 week we still doing that, and when we finished the week, we remember my problem was the freezer, and when we finished the week, the freezer was nearly empty because we just produced the things for the next day, and it was just batch for 1 day, and we have plenty of space in everywhere. And I remember when we finished that experiment, we say, okay, but why we are putting everything in the freezer if we are finishing the product and sending and selling in the shop and sending during the night? We can do directly the product, just put it in the van and send it directly to the shop. And we say, okay, when we finish that week, we say, okay, maybe we don't need freezer. And why we need to change the factory if we don't need our bottleneck is our freezer.
So of course, working in one-piece flow not only removes inventory, but removes a lot of non-value-added operations that we don't need anymore. Impressive. And finally, conclusion is that you reached it with this small factory that with 8 shops was shrinking, and where you arrived to serve 33 shops.
Yeah, in that factory, we arrived to serve 33 shops. And I remember with 9, it was very impossible to still work in there.
Oh my God.
Was this is what made me very confident with the methodology of Lean, and from there was just one way to do the things.
Excellent. And then you move it to a new factory where
Exactly.
Unai is the manager of this factory. So good morning, Unai. We didn't invite you to the conversation still. And
Good
how this
morning.
factory, I don't know if you want to share how this new factory, this all new factory works are managed.
Yeah, the new factory works like working around the clock. What it means? It means that we are working 24 hours a day, 365 days per year. It means that all the time we are using the space in the factory. In our company, the space is more important than money, could be, because for us, the space has to be used all the day, and it's usual to use the same space for 2 or 3 different activities during the day. For example, during the day, the expedition area is to send the trucks with the orders during the night, but in the morning, the suppliers come here in the same space with the orders that we have done yesterday. And added to that, during the picking operations, we use this like the place to have 2 orders at the same time for the different trucks. The same for production, with different areas, use it for different purposes. It means that we have to do it every day very good.
I see a very visual factory. The location is triangular, which is fantastic and very strange for a factory. And I know that you have been growing a lot. So I see that the next slide from this 35. So
here's when we start.
Yeah, now you have something like 150 shops.
Well, here is we have 53 and 94. Yeah.
Okay. Every week something happens in the company.
It
cannot be updated. So impressive growth that you are still serving from the same factory, from the second factory.
This is the history behind this sentence, because when I arrived to the company 10 years ago, we opened the bakery 42, I think, and Juan Antonio, the founder, told me that the new factory, was designed for 75 more or less bakeries. And in my mind, I said, okay, and he told me, we are going to grow more or less 15% per year. I think, and I thought we must improve 15% every year in order to have the chance to keep here the activity. You know? This is why the sentence, behind the sentence. And here you can see the different flows that we use it in the same spaces. In one time to do croissants, but 8 hours later, the next shift is using the same space to do pastry or to do cakes or different pickings operations in the same space are doing during the day. This is one of our hard work activities that we have done in the factory.
That's excellent. That's excellent, because the factory was designed for 75. Of course, you are more than double that. So you are growing 15% every year. So you must improve 15% at least every year. Everything, productivity, production, capacity. You have to improve everything. And that means as well that you have to invent new things. For example, using the layout in different ways, as we can see here in this slide. So you put wheels on the machines, so the machines can be moved, and that means as well that you need just what is needed. Everything that is not needed, you have to remove. And also that means that even the inventory is used in different ways. Maybe the same freezer is used for croissants, and you clean it, and you use it for bread, and you clean it and use it for cakes. So everything has to be reused, and nothing else that it's needed can be there. So you remove it a lot of waste by creating these problems.
Yeah. When we started to work here in the new factory, we were using maybe a push process. Production was doing all the time, production all the day, and then we put all the products for picking, different kind of pickings, depending of the type of the product. And these pickings collapse the expedition area, as you can see here, for transport that comes to the shops every day. This is the more or less the process. As you can see, only one person can go through the boxes, and then we know that we want and we need to visit shop every day, and we know that we were putting the heart, as we said before, but we need more processes. Because if not, the little miracle of every day that we can see here every night is not enough. It's not enough to the next challenges. This is why
I love this free title, The Little Miracle of Every Day.
Yeah. And the next challenge was to work in the shops from the customer to the other side of the chain, and starting with the customer. We need to change the shelves in the shops, in the bakeries, in order to improve the space used.
I remember before I start with that, it was everything in the floor or in shelves, like you see the picture in the left, and was impossible to do like inventory or orders, and was human machines in every shop ordering everything. We start with that project. Yeah.
Because if a bakery sell one Coke or one bottle of water today, from the factory, we are going to send one Coke or one bottle of water. This is one of our stronger points in our logistic chain. And for that, we need to be very strong and very aligned, all the chain, starting in the bakeries, but transport, warehouse, production, suppliers, all have to be aligned.
Imagine we have stock in the shop for 1 day plus safety. It's more or less less than 2 days. But everything in the shop, the drink, what we say, unai, but the bags, the plastic bags, or the product we use in the shop, everything is maximum 2 days stock. It's less than 2 days. And imagine the security we need to have for the logistic to arrive everything every day, just to be sure we can serve every day our customers. This is what we make with these shelves and with this.
So that means that a problem have to be solved in a blink of eye.
Exactly.
And we're starting to work in this pull system from the bakeries. But one problem appeared because the transport was not synchronized with warehouse. And then we were working, as I said before, in a push system. And then we need to discollapse the warehouse because it was not aligned with transport. And we did it. We made experiments, and at least we decided to have only one transport each 30 minutes. And it was very funny because the people of warehouse were used to do picking operations all the time without stopping. And we marked in the floor a circle, a big circle, and people only can do a picking operation for the next order if the previous order was lifted from the factory. And people told me, "No, I'm stopped. I need to do more." No, don't worry. Be in the circle, keep here. At the end of the night, we will see. If not, it's my fault. It's my fault. Don't worry. And at the end, the first day was an exit. All the products flow very well in the expedition area, and maybe 1 week later, all the process was stable.
Okay, so you showed us how you work in the factory. Everything has been removed, just what it's needed. And this, so excellent capacity, excellent flow, and then this created a problem in the, let's say, in the expedition area. Okay, so you solved this problem. I remember this funny A3, and then you created a problem with the supplier to the shop.
Yes.
Okay? And then you make experiments, you make an E3PDC to solve this problem. Okay, I think that you covered all this in just 50 minutes, all how it works all around the clock, this factory online. So impressive the work that you are doing with this invisible warehouse, because I think that the products just remain in the warehouse minutes.
Yeah, we made a very good job later with the suppliers in order to align suppliers with the production and the picking operations, and the suppliers start to come here every day. It was not easy. 80% was very easy, but the other 20% was we need to more imaginative solutions, but we did it, and the products come here. Come here from supplier every day, and just for hours, like a cross docking, starting picking operations, and then leaving trucks from here. Maybe 4 hours here.
Impressive. Very, very good, Unai. So we're arriving at the end of this session. We know that sessions can extend a little if people have some questions, but I'm going to make one question for you. And now, what's next? What's the next challenge, Unai? What is the next problem?
The next challenge was to bring the factory closer to the customer, and we started to work with factories inside the bakeries, where the baker is making bread.
A big factory in small batches in each of the shops.
Yes.
Bring the value near the customer. Just produce everything just in front of them and bring the value to them.
Very smart, very smart. Okay. And this is the photo that you see. There is one question from Jaime Cavada that it's, what are you doing with the scraps?
With the scraps of the shop, I suppose?
Yes, with at the end of the day, with the croissants that you don't sell, what are you going to do with this?
With the scraps of the shop, what we do is in some moment we work hard with that, and we reduce the scrap is zero. But we saw one problem. The people, when they come at the end of the day, nearly 1 hour before close, and they say, okay, I want one baguette, and they saw the last baguette there in the display, and they say, okay, I give you that. The customers start thinking that they take the worst baguette in the shop. And we saw was a problem for the customers to saw the shop empty for this reason. We saw, okay, we cannot do that because we cannot bring the nearly zero the waste. But what we do is, okay, we are going to bring nearly the smallest amount to look the shop nicer, and the more convenient product we can have in that moment. And we are going to do something with this waste. And with this waste, what we are doing, we take everything to the factory every night. We go every day. We take the products we don't sell. We take it to the factory, and we do two things. One thing, the most important, is we give that to associations, to give to the people, to homeless and everyone who needs some food. And there's another kind of product we cannot give to them, and we give it to make aliment for animals. Food for animals. But we try to be the smallest amount what we can.
So you, at the very beginning, you made it so good that it was no scrap at all. But this is a problem for the customer, because if you go to the bakery and the last baguette is for you, you don't want to have the last baguette. So you have to produce a scrap in purpose. So you say, I'm going to produce a scrap just to have a nicer shops, but then with this scrap, you give to associations for the needed, and things that we cannot deliver, it's for the animal feed. Okay, there is maybe the last question from Moha from India, that it's if you use frozen products or if you make the products live in every shop.
Okay, for the last step that we have said, where the value is in front of the customer, we are making the bread and the value alive in front of the customer. It's not frozen. We did it every day, and the bread that you can eat each day in our shops is made the same day or the day before. Because we have 1 day of fermentation.
Proof. We start in the beginning with fresh product. We changed to frozen product to a lot of shops because we saw we keep better quality for the customer, and now we are changing to fresh products inside the shop because if you know a bit of bread, the process of proving the bread. Proving, Uri, it's okay. Proof the bread. It's the part of the process increase a lot the quality, and we saw instead of keep this product frozen and moving with the trucks from the factory to the shop, why we cannot produce it directly in the shop in a small space and keep it during all the night, proving in the shop and giving this quality flavor to the product and quality durability. And this is what we start. Now we have more or less 1/3 of the shops with this kind of product, with one baker in the shop producing the bread in front of the customer and keeping all the value there and proving all the product inside the shop. But other part of the family of the other part of the product we keep it frozen at the moment because it's the better way for the quality from the factory.
Okay, excellent. So you make this slow fermentation in every shop for all this bread family, so the taste is perfect every morning. Okay, so thank you very much to everybody that still is watching after 4 minutes after the other. Thank you very much. I was online to rush trying to explain how this factory works. I keep this in mind. So you remove everything that is not needed. You need to improve 15% every day because the growth is continuing, the improvement is continuing. So excellent job, really, really very good job. I cannot imagine how you can.
We wait here in Barcelona if someone wants to come. Here we are. Just come
You
to
can
see
visit the best Gemba to visit. So
because we improve with everyone. It's good.
Never forget to go to this Gemba to 365. Okay, and don't forget that if you want to know more about this story, Antoine was putting on the chat, you have a lot of articles and videos how this actual factory from the Gemba works, and I explains it. And also there is an excellent book.
Exactly.
Okay, this is an excellent book. The Lean Bakery, El Panaderia Lean, you can find it in different languages. You can find it in French, you can find it in Hungarian, you can find it in, I think, in Chinese. You can find it in many, many languages. So probably you will find your own one. So congratulations. There is a lot of congratulations also on the chat. And see you soon. And now I'm hungry. I think that I'm going to take some breakfast also here.
Okay.
Okay.
Bon
profit.
Bon profit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.